Good morning, back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show, and we have on the line with us today Mr. Paul Ward. My apologies for that earlier. Mr. Paul Ward, who is the founder of the St. Mary Literary Festival. Good morning, Mr. Ward, and welcome.
Good morning. Are you hearing me? Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning, Mr. Ward. You can hear me?
Good morning. You can hear
Yes,
me?
yes, we can hear you loud
Okay.
and clear. So, Mr.
Okay,
Ward,
wonderful.
tell us, what is the St. Mary Literary Festival all about?
Well, the literary festival is, well, let me read what it says on our little blurb, because it sums it up very quickly. It aims to provide an opportunity for aspiring and accomplished writers of all ages, from across Jamaica and the diaspora, to share their creative writing in an accessible setting for everyone to enjoy and appreciate. Um, so it's not just catering for established and accomplished writers. It's supposed to be mixing up people like that and also people who are starting out on their journey. Um, it comes out of a visit to me um, 2 years ago by Margaret Busby, who took part in the Calabash Festival, who I'm sure everybody knows, a well-known festival here in Jamaica. Um, She's a partner of a person I know in London. Anyway, when she came and I bought a copy of her book, New Daughters of Africa, and a lovely anthology. And it got me thinking because where we are in St. Mary's on the opposite side of Jamaica, and it will give a chance for people over here to take part. But the other aspect of it, what drove the idea, was I do
You
try and
trying
help
to
now and again. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Try and help in some local primary school, helping the children to trying to get to like reading and writing, and so it was deliberately trying to mix up accomplished writers and beginning writers, which it just about did, I think.
Okay, so Mr. Ward, I can see how the St. Mary's Literary Festival will be very beneficial to persons in the parish of St. Mary and surrounding parishes in Jamaica. But for someone who might be looking on outside of Jamaica, right here in Tobago or Trinidad or Barbados or Antigua or Grenada or any other Caribbean island, can you speak to us and tell us how exactly does this St. Mary's Festival benefit them?
Well, they can take part by sending a video of their work or have somebody else read it. Last year we had 4 or 5 people who actually sent their work as a video. In fact, Mervyn Morris, who's a little Freyana, our former poet laureate, he took part, but he sent video from Kingston. We're only about an hour and a half ride from Kingston. Um, the Calabash Festival is in a fairly remote part of Jamaica, 2 or 3 hours drive from Kingston or even where we are. So it gives a better access. But for people not in Jamaica, they're very welcome to send a video, which is what we used last year.
Okay, Mr. Ward, and if persons want to submit their videos of their literary work, how can they do so?
Well, they can either use my WhatsApp number, which is 1-876-542-7600, 876-542-7600, or the email address, which is easy enough, and is the same handle as our Facebook account, Saint Mary LF, STMARY standing for Literary Festival, Saint Mary LF at yahoo.com.
And when is the festival being held, Mr. Ward?
Right, it's on Saturday, the 5th of July.
And you mentioned earlier that what is the target audience? Remind our viewers the target audience for the fair, the festival.
The target audience is anybody who likes to write. And if we get too many, last year we had about nearly 50 presenters, which was actually too many. We start fairly late, 10 o'clock, and we finish quite early, 5 o'clock, to allow people to travel. And fitting in 50 writers was a bit of a push. So we'll probably cut it down to about 35 this time. If we get plenty, then we'll just try and mix up old and young, accomplished and beginners, and see we make an interesting program. What we did last year, again, one or two people who submitted late, we had display board and printed off, in fact, all the submissions. So during the breaks, people could go and read the submissions as well.
And so far, how many submissions do you have, and how many do you anticipate for this year's festival?
Well, who knows how many it might be. We only have about 10 so far, but that same thing happened last year. I think the day before the deadline, we had about 10, and the 2 days after, we had about 50. So I hear that's the way it usually goes.
Of course, and of course, we do wish you the very best with that initiative there. We see the benefits that can be derived from it, not just for readers, but of course, I see socialization there. I see networking opportunities there as well. So I do hope that you do have the participation and the measure of success you're hoping for. And in closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers this morning?
Yes. This book. If I can hold it steady enough. There's my camera. Right, there we go. We put together... Yeah, I'm looking for my camera. I don't seem to be doing very well.
If you hold it up just a little bit.
There we are. Right, we put together the writings from last year's festival, and it came from the printer about 3 weeks ago. It's available for 2,000 Jamaican dollars through the same contact. You can always pay me by bank transfer. But it's a wonderful book, and this wonderful cover, if I hold it up a little further, was designed by Anya Glowden, who works in the Jamaica pantomime movement. I'm very, very pleased with compiling it. I'm not the writer, I have just compiled it, because it reflects a wealth of talent, but also a wealth of styles and information, and it gives a kind of if you wanted a feeling of what goes on in Jamaica, if you read the book, if you read the things in here, you'd get a good idea. Let me just read quickly part of what's on the back. The writings were very diverse, ranging from the personal to the political, reflecting the past and the present in all its intriguing diversity, from love songs to exasperation, from nostalgic musings to calls for action. Many of the presenters have travelled extensively with a global presence, others just starting out or still at school. So hopefully we'll do this year again. But thank you, Anya, for the cover.
Absolutely amazing stuff. And of course, we do wish you the very best there, and we look forward to the outcome of the festival this year. So all the best to you and the team there in Jamaica. And I do hope that people come from far and wide and participate in what is happening over there. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Mr. Paul. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We've been speaking with Mr. Paul Ward, the founder of the St. Mary's Literary Festival, taking place in June in Jamaica. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations this morning. And as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.